Work, life, and that balance beam we daily step on to. Episode 12. I'm just here to be dad. The show about everything or nothing at all. Big Sean has a line in one of his songs where he says, "Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work." Jay-Z has said in interviews the studio never feels like work to him. It's where he's most alive. Many artists are known for being famously obsessive about creating. Rest almost feels uncomfortable. They'd rather be in the studio than anywhere else. People's entire brands have been built around the idea that the hustle never stops. For business minds, they often feel most themselves when deep in a problem. They almost find it impossible to separate work from life, and if they're honest, some of them don't even want to. For some, like the late great Kobe Bryant, his whole Mamba mentality was built on the idea that the work, the court, the gym was the sanctuary. As I was thinking about this, I found that there are a few ways we can look at it. Work is the source of all you are. There is no separating the two. What you do, your personality, your worldview, your thought process is your work. Your family knows this. Your friends know this. Your coworkers know this. You are who you are, and who you are is your work. For some, the family navigates this truth so well that they find ways to intertwine themselves from their love language to their needs, and whatever they might desire from their dad, they find a way to get that by picking or earning their spots in your world. These kids grow up to be quite invested in their work themselves, repeating the cycle and raising a family to do the same. Still, amazing childhood and no horror story, just an amazing understanding that was the way it was and this is the way it will be, and they're okay with that. Or they flip the script and invest more time in the family and less time in the hustle, resenting their parents and living in a somewhat redemptive state rather than work over everything. To them, it was an abandonment horror story, and they won't repeat that. You then have the guru dad, whose work is life is work, and nobody gets sacrificed in the process. Somehow they found a way to work when, where, and however they want. Successful in being able to pause work for family or family for work because both are one and the same. The work is damn near a family member, and the family not only understands that, but the family loves that. They can have a lunch break in Chicago or LA, overseas or in the States. How they do one thing is how they do everything. Shout out to the homie Drew and Ajan Rubin. You also have the dad who can't separate the two. He has to work because everyone's life depends on it. There are no days off, no vacations, and any break you get, you better take full strategic advantage of it because there's no redos. Breakfast in bed is no luxury hotel vacation. It's your wife stuffing food in your face as you put your boots on for work. Lunch or a movie with the kids isn't a restaurant, park, or theater. It's a quick bite to eat on your break in the parking lot of your job, briefly for 10 minutes, sometimes 5, or maybe even 2. It's you walking out to your night shift as the family sits down for a movie night, only for you to walk by with your keys and work gear saying, "Love you. Oh man, I love this movie. Y'all have fun. Dad will be back." Little side note, I lived that for a few years, working in railroad, operating trains. The schedule was bananas. Sometimes clocking in at 3:18, sometimes night shift, not clocking out till 1, 2 in the morning, midnight. Yeah. A lot of high fives with the wife. Even though we only had our son at that time, he was about 1 or 2. It was a lot of high fives. See you later. All right, bye. I gotta go. Over and over again. But good times. Back to the show. Those kids grow up 2 ways. A deep appreciation, love, and respect for their dad and all his hard work to make it work, even though they didn't have him and the luxury of those around them. They grow up to flip the script, being just as diligent yet innovative to the point that their parents get the luxury they never could. At least they never could provide for their children. And it becomes a beautiful thing. Then there's the kids who resent it all, the poverty, the hustle. Nothing is enough and they want what they don't have. They desire what they see and refuse to believe life has to be this way. No respect, no love, just pain. Lots and lots of pain. Some grow up to be rich and isolated. The other repeats the cycle in denial and yet still isolated. For me, there's no wrong answer, just fortunate and unfortunate outcomes. Yet at the root of it all, no matter where your career may take you, I feel like we are obligated, called. I mean, they're here, you're here, I'm just here to be, you're just here to be. Dad. The deeper idea behind that line, that mantra, that worldview is really about finding purpose and being a dad in the midst of it all. Not abandoning who you are, not eliminating the hustle, but however you find yourself providing, you also find yourself being dad. A dad who your wife and kids can lean on and depend on. A dad who loves in whatever capacity fits his family and situation. My biggest wrestle with taking this idea and worldview and trying to build a podcast and even eventually a company, I didn't want to create a false narrative, a fake reality. Oftentimes, and I'll be the first to raise my hands, the super dads online can make it seem impossible to succeed that life and have dads looking at their own life as less than. Like I said, I'll be the first to raise my hand and be like, I'll be scrolling, be like, damn, I need to step it up. Damn, I ain't doing shit. Damn, I'm terrible. What am I doing? How did they do it? Only to remind myself and snap back. That's their reality. I have my reality. Press on. Because a dad feeling less than or a dad looking at himself less than in comparison to another dad is far from the case. I believe all dads are super dads in their own right. We all just got different colored capes. And maybe that's the whole point. Maybe the balance beam isn't about equal weight on both sides. Maybe it's about not falling. Some days work wins. Some days family wins. Some days nobody wins. And you're just surviving until tomorrow gives you another shot, another chance, grace for another day. And you show up. You continue to show up. You put the boots on. You walked past movie night with your keys in your hand and love in your voice. You took the 2-minute lunch. You built the empire. You paused the empire. You were the empire and the family. However you did it, however you do it. Whether you're the dad whose work is the world, the dad whose family is the work, the dad grinding in the parking lot on a 10-minute break, or the dad who figured out how to make Chicago and LA both feel like home. We all got the same job title. And I'm not here to rank how you're doing it, and I hope you're not here to rank how I'm doing it or how anybody else is doing it. Because at the end of the day, I'm just here to be. You're just here to be. Dad. Cause I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. Dad. I'm just here to be. 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 Dad. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. Dad. It's hard to maintain, but I'm just here to be. Here to be. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. Dad. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. Dad. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. It's hard to maintain, but I'm just here to be. Dad. 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 I'm just here to be, I'm just here to be, dad, I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be, I'm just here to be, dad. Thanks again for tuning in to I'm Just Here to Be Dad, the show about everything or nothing at all. I'm your host, Anthony Young, far from an expert, but just a dad talking to dads and aspiring dads alike. My story, your story, that dad's story. Over a mic. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. I'm just here to be. Hey yo, it's hard to maintain, but I'm just here to be, here to be, here to be. Hey yo, it's hard to maintain, but I'm just here to be, here to be, here to be, here to be. I'm just here to be, dad. Click, comment, subscribe, share. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. And for all things dad, visit
hitterbeatdad.com.